Hey everybody, welcome back to In a Perfect World where we talk about people's biggest dreams and their creative journeys. Joining me today, we have cosmetologist and serial entrepreneur Gia Michele. How you doing?
Hi, I'm great.
Don't be nervous, girl. You got it. You got it, I promise. So before we get into it, can you give me like a short synopsis of your business and what you do?
So I am a licensed cosmetologist. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I own two hair salons. One is Salon Suites, located in District 8, Maryland, and the other one is Betty Lux Fells Point, located in Fells Point, Baltimore. We house different businesses and individuals to avoid the overhead costs of running your own business. And in Fells Point, we are more so centered around the higher class beauty industry. So we do the tanning, the esthetician services, things of that nature, just catering to a different environment. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, girl. Let me tell you, like, every time I see you post your hair, like no matter who I'm with, I be like, look at this. Look at this hair. My dad be like, I don't know. I'm like, can you believe that's a lace? Or like, I don't know. I don't really know about hair, but I be like, can you tell? Like, I really be astonished by that because so many people, I be like, that's a lace. I could see that joint. I could take a pen and I could draw that joint out for real. So, okay, let's get into it. So, in a perfect world, what is it that you do to like support your lifestyle? Like, what do you want to get out of your passions? What's the vision?
So the vision for my business, with me being a cosmetologist, I'm kind of coming to an end with that. Trying to end that journey and slow down so that I can go to law school to prepare for the second portion of my life. But as far as my salons, a lot of people don't know that Bailey is my youngest sister. Addison. So all of my businesses are in her name, so that when she turns 18 and gets older, she'll be able to run and operate those on her own. That's just a way that I pass down a little piece of myself to my siblings. But honestly, the goal is to open up the entrepreneur world to more young people and have us feeling safer and more free in the environment that we work in, because I can honestly tell you now there is nothing in this industry for us. So it's just helping young people, young women specifically, build their brand, establish a legal and legitimate business, and go from there. Like, we just did something at my salon where I had a bank teller come in and speak to everyone about business banking and help open up accounts and things. So just helping us legitimize and actually have legal businesses that we can support ourselves with. So
that's fire. No, I did not know that. So how many sisters do you have?
I have one.
Oh, one sister, and
I have a brother.
And 7/13,
that's her birthday.
Yes, okay, it's all coming together.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Everything is DBA under the same LLC, so.
Okay. So tell me how you got into hairstyling initially. Like, what sparked the interest for that?
I grew up in a salon. I literally was born and raised in a salon. My mom, all my aunts do hair. It's kind of my legacy. So naturally, when I went to college and I was broke, I had to do something. I couldn't call my mom because she had two of my siblings at home to take care of. So I just started. I'm going to start my hair business in my suite. I had an entire salon in my suite. Like, my roommate did nails. I did hair. I had a friend that did makeup, a friend that did braids. So I even got in trouble for, soliciting business on campus. So that's pretty much where that came from. Being a broke college student, for sure.
But it was worth it.
It was.
That's fire. Yeah, you come together, everybody can make money. It's enough money for everybody. That's what people fail to realize. Like, everybody just so greedy, like, more for me. But it's like, if you think about it, it's money.
Yeah.
It's money everywhere.
It surely is.
So, you currently own two salons, one in District Heights, one in Baltimore. So, owning a salon, of course, I can imagine is a lot of work. So what sparked you to like aim higher and own the salon? Like, working in the salon was cool, but what made you say I want to own the salon?
Honestly, because the beauty industry, I feel like, is very toxic for young people. So me going from suite to suite, I've pretty much been everywhere in the DMV doing hair, and the age gap from the older generation to us, it's like, I could be 22 and I could be in a salon with someone that's 50 and she's not helping me in the industry whatsoever. It's more like a competition, or I used to be that girl. So I felt like maybe if I created the environment for us, then it'll be a little bit more easier for us to strive. So most of my tenants are under the age of 25, and I consider them my team. And they all have their own way of life, their own walks of life, but they come into my environment and they feel safe. Like, I could prosper here. I could be young and I don't have to worry about an old lady 2 doors down from me trying to steal my clients or do anything like that. Like, I've been through a lot of that. So I feel like, yeah, creating that environment for them and allowing them to do and blossom and do whatever they please. It's been working out.
Yeah. So do you think the beauty industry is only, because you said a lot of older women get like real catty about that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's because the beauty industry is mainly for like younger stylists are in style right now and like the older people kind of getting washed out?
That and the fact that the foundations of the beauty industry are gone. And when I say that, I grew up in an old salon. So it was go get your license, go to school,
Right.
and, you know, establish your business in a proper way. Now they're more so focused on legitimizing and making profit than anything. So the older stylists, we don't have anything to connect on. Like the love for hair, the shortcuts, the YouTube university. Oh, I can know how to do a quick weave on TikTok. That's what created that gap. So I'm like, it's not more so centered on the young girls winning right now. It's just the fact that we don't have that older generation to sit and give us these life lessons, like how to, you know, run a proper business, how to be a great individual and ideal candidate as a hairstylist or anything that you may do in the industry. We don't have that. So it's going to forever be the young girls and the old girls not getting along.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like that in like every industry though. Like the
is.
the older generation, like, oh, these young kids, they don't know what they're doing, and that's where the clash is coming. But yeah. And then a lot of the older people, they relying on that for, you know, their livelihood. So to have like younger people coming in, it's probably like, oh my God, like y'all a threat at this point. And yeah, like specifically you, that's what I want to talk about too. Like your work is astonishing. Like I'm not even jazzing you up. Like that joint be looking real. I want to know, like, how did you perfect that? How did you perfect the, what's it called? The lace front. The lace. How did you perfect the lace?
Honestly, I never took a class or nothing like that. When I started as a shampoo assistant at Salon Rings, I was working for a young lady named Simone, and she did lace, and that inspired me to do lace a lot. Because I'm like, you can give somebody a new hairline. If I can get a new hairline, a lot of people just want a new hairline. So I have to figure out how to make this look as realistic as possible. And my first, like, maybe 3 or 4 months doing hair, I was in the shop 7 days a week doing I was so invested in that. Like, I wanted to perfect certain things. And what really sparked me with the lace portion is that my mom's best friend, my aunt that I'm very close to, she has stage 3 cancer, breast cancer. So she's always told me, like, I need some hair, I need a wig, I want to look different. So I'm like, I got to make it look real on you. But if I could do it on you, I could do it on multiple. I have a lot of alopecia clients. I have a lot of, clients that are suffering from hair loss issues and things like that. So I had to perfect it. Like, I didn't have that option to have, oh, you can see your lace. That's not something that I've ever wanted to do. How I got so good, I don't know. I just do it.
Yeah.
But us being Geminis, we are very passionate about what we do. So we're going to do it the best every time.
Yeah. Yeah. So at 22, you wear a lot of hats. You take your own clients. You're in school. You were in school. Owning 2 salons. And then, of course, you have, like, your own social life. You have things that you want to do outside of work. So how do you remain so balanced with so much on your plate? Like, how do you not lose it all and just spaz?
Surprisingly, I have breakdowns a lot, behind closed doors because it is very overwhelming. But I've been doing this for 4 years now. So when it came to, I won't say there's a balance because there is no balance in life. When it came to school and doing hair, I was able to manipulate my schedule and move around that. I'm very thankful for COVID, surprisingly, because we didn't have to be on campus as much. Most of my college experience was on the computer. So I was able to do my clients, attend school, and still, be good with that. But school stressed me out a lot. Like, I take school way too serious. So that was kind of the imbalance that I had, like fighting between that. Being a salon owner now, and being in school, it was that first year, 2022, it was a lot, like a whole lot of adjusting because it's not just me. I have to think about all these other personalities and things like that. One thing I try to do to like keep myself together, I was just locked in for 4 years. I didn't really speak to anyone. I felt like I've been in my quiet season for a long time, like by myself. God made me you know, one individual, and I didn't really have nobody to turn to, so I had nothing to do but plan and think about how I wanted to better myself and how I'm going to alleviate this issue and move this around. My favorite word now is solutions, because that's all I can come up with.
Right.
It don't matter what they throw at me, what I'm hit with being a salon owner, because it's a whole lot. But I don't know, I would just say, like, I just do whatever. But me, I don't sleep, so that's kind of my thing. You can't sleep at some point, because you go to work, you got to run this business, that business, go to school, make sure you don't drop out, make sure you don't fail.
Yeah.
A lot of my hours, my days off, I would do homework, things of that nature, like sleep time, just sacrificing it. It's just a bunch of sacrifice for me right now.
Yeah, I felt that 100%. Like what you said about, I think there's a balance. There's a small balance in life. It's difficult to maintain it. I think because I'm finding out as I get older that it's always something. You know, adults always say, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Literally, if it ain't one thing, it's another. So I try to keep going as well, even though like I be behind on stuff. Like literally, when we done with this, I'm going upstairs. I'm doing homework because I'm so behind. But it's like somehow we just managed to keep it together, and we managed to, you know, put the mask on, and we make things work. And that is major because a lot of people can't do that. A lot of businesses fall off the face of the earth. People fall off the face of the earth, and that's just it. Like we don't hear anything else about it.
Another thing that I've done, which is kind of like, I don't know if it's good or bad, but I haven't had a social life at all. Like me graduating college, this is my first summer outside. Like I had never been outside. I've always been at my salon or in my books. So I had to sacrifice that, not having a social life, being very like to myself. That self-care, everything just went out the window. I had a plan and a mission, and that was to get my business off the ground. I have it up and running in 3 years. So once that happened, now I get to like be young and be 22.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of helped my balance too, cut certain things out, for sure.
So what did you get into this summer?
I was outside this summer. I started this summer. Once I graduated, I started the summer in Miami for my birthday, and ever since then, I just been outside. I don't know, living my best life.
Yeah.
But it's time to go back inside now. So.
It's getting cold anyway.
Yeah, it is. Plus, I feel like I liked being that alias fake out the way, because now that people are seeing me more, it's like they want to interact and they want to do things. I don't have that social. I'm not social. So I'm like, I don't even know how to deal with people my age. I think I'm going to go back in the house. I'm cool. It was fun. It was fun.
Right. So being in the beauty industry, essentially your job is to make people feel good, make people look good, and feel good on the inside. So what is a memorable moment or a really special client that you've worked on that really just like made you feel special, made you feel like, I'm so glad I'm doing this. Like I get to make other people feel good.
So I have my youngest client, and I don't service people under 18. I have one client that's young. She's 9 years old. Her name is Miss Layla. She suffers from leukemia.
Okay.
So she lost all of her hair, and one day I went to Verizon to get me a new business phone, and I met her mom, and she just like, she's in my work, and she's like, I would love for you to do something for my daughter. So I'm like, okay. When I met the little girl, she's so smart, and she's so nice, and for her to be 9, her mind is very developed, like she's very mature because she spent most of her time in the hospital. I'm a sickly kid. I have sickle cell disease. So when we sit in the hospital for a lot of our years, you just read and you're on social media and you're just older than what you really are. So when I met her, I installed a wig. I did it for free. It was for, Christmas? Got her the wig, told her mom just bring her. We did, me and my tenants in the building, we bartered services. She got her nails done, things of that nature. And that just made me feel amazing. Like, she was just telling me how she doesn't allow kids to bully her and things of that nature because she doesn't have hair. She's the bully. And it's like, I love that for you.
She's the bully.
That really like resonates with me well, because my sister is 10. So I'm like, this little girl is so strong. It's something that I possibly couldn't do. I couldn't wake up every morning and go to school in this generation and suffer from a hair loss issue and things of that nature. So that just always reminds me, like, my struggle and my battle is somebody else that's fighting it, something that's bigger. So that keeps me in it. Because if it wasn't for people like Miss Layla, I would not be doing hair at all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, a 9-year-old, she influences me a lot. So,
yeah, kids can be mean, bro.
Yeah.
So
That's what she told me. She was like, I have to be the bully. I'm like, and you do. And you need to be the bully every day.
Yeah, don't let the people play with you like that. Exactly. No, kids really mean. This just a mean generation to like overall. The younger generation and the older generation just something off. I don't know. But so you said you met her mom at the Verizon store. How did that come up? Like
her mom was the manager over the business accounts. Okay. We were just talking, you know, you have to provide proof for your business. I just went on Instagram and was showing her certain things. And she was like, well, my daughter doesn't have hair. And I'm like, what do you mean she doesn't have hair? She's like, she has leukemia. And I just immediately thought, like, I have sickle cell. So being as though, if you're from the DMV, you know that the children's uptown on the 4th floor, if you have a blood disease or cancer, you're on the same floor. So I immediately thought, like, this little girl, like, she was me, you know? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I just be doing her hair every couple months now. Like, that's my thing. So I keep in contact with her mom. She got my number, and we just been communicating ever since.
That's fire. Like, what are the chances of that? You go in to get a new phone and you find, like, a young, special client. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it was meant to be. Yeah. And then she got the best in the industry, which is crazy. The beauty industry is one of the fastest growing markets. Like, I feel like more so this year in the DMV, we've seen a lot of people getting into like hair, nails, lashes. So what advice would you give to somebody who's maybe about to join the beauty industry, or they're already in the industry and they're having trouble like standing out in an oversaturated market?
Oversaturated is definitely the best word for this market. One thing I will say is when you get in there, please have that mindset that nobody else exists. I feel like that was my main thing. Like, tunnel vision is very important in this industry, because not even just in the industry, in this area, we are not like a supportive, like Atlanta. Like, you and all your homegirls could start doing hair, open a salon, and be millionaires in 6 months in Atlanta. Here, it's going to take you 10,000 years because this person don't like you. They want to figure out where your money coming from. I feel like the way that I keep myself active in the industry is reinventing myself. When you come in it, don't think about nobody else. Just do what you're doing, because if you perfecting one thing, like my strength, I feel like is color. So I'm going to forever take classes and do things like that to reinvent myself and make sure that I'm at the top. Other people may come in this industry and, they want to focus on strictly lace. So if you come in, have your thing and stick to it. Don't see nobody else. Just go in your quiet season where you talk to God or whoever you may worship and do you. Like, I feel like that's what separates me from a lot of individuals. And being as though I house entrepreneurs, I'm starting to see it. Like, we too busy worried about everybody else. Like, when I came in this industry, I didn't care to be like, I want to be like Ervin Tay. No. I want to go get my license and go be a licensed cosmetologist and make my own way and do my own thing. I don't know. I just feel like I look at the industry way different. Like, I do. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's my thing. Like, even being a licensed cosmetologist, I'm trying to, we're going to touch on that a little bit down the road, but I'm really trying to get more people licensed. Like, that's my base right now. Let's be young. Let's legitimize our business. Let's get our paperwork. Let's get licensed. Because when we go overseas to these hair shows and things of that nature, and we want to do platform artistry, they're not going to take you serious without your paperwork. That's another thing that makes me stand out. A lot of girls that's 22 right now doing hair never went to school. Never passed the test. Yeah, certified. How is somebody certifying you in a state that requires a license? I'm like, come on, keep on that. We're not going to have that conversation.
Oh my God. So I heard you mention about how the people out in Atlanta, they can come together and like make something big. With that being said, do you plan on relocating at some point?
You know, I started there. When I initially, like my first year in college, I was at Clark, Atlanta. I personally, the vibe for Atlanta is not for me. Like, I could see myself, I came home because I was in a lot of stuff. Being a hairstylist on campus, I was just in everything. I was messy, I ain't gonna lie. It was fun. I was away from my mom. I'm in Atlanta. It's lit. It's hair capital. I was doing cheerleaders at Morehouse, just having a ball. But the energy there, Atlanta is scam city. Like, certain stuff, like I found myself saying, we don't do this at home. We don't do this where I'm from. So much, like, you can't take nobody serious. You can't trust nobody with, like, the things that you value. But it's crazy because you can get rich and obtain wealth so quick there, being in my industry. But it's just not for me. Like, I don't know. I just don't like the energy there. It's kind of weird. And you'll see that, like, a lot of girls, if you notice, They'll be here, they'll do hair, and they'll go there, and then they'll come back within a year. And they won't like try to tell you what happened, but it's just like the energy there. Everything is weird. It's much harder to like be a genuine person in Atlanta because it's so Instagram. And I can't do it.
That's probably the perfect way to describe it. Like, I went for vacation. I didn't really go as like you were in school, but I wasn't really looking into like business and stuff like that. But that is the perfect way to put it. It's so Instagram.
Yeah, it is. It's fake. Atlanta is not a real place. Like, it's not, and I can't deal with that. Like, and I was seeing it's kind of like aggressive there, and I'm just like, I want y'all to be real. Like, everybody just be yourself and be true to yourself, but it's not. You have to definitely be somebody that knows how to turn it on and off in Atlanta, and I'm not.
Yeah, but you know, people think that people from the DMV aggressive anyway.
Yeah.
Which I guess I could see it if I wasn't from here, but I'm kind of just used to it.
Exactly.
So
like, relax, it's not that deep.
Yeah, it ain't really nothing to it. And I like what you mentioned about having your thing and focusing on that one thing. That's resonating with me because I feel like I be trying to do too much at once.
Yeah,
like I be trying to be the expert in this, but if I focus on one thing and I perfect that one thing, I'm gonna be known for that one thing.
Exactly.
And I think that'll help me a lot. So
yeah, that's the foundation of my business. Like, me doing hair was to build a name for myself. Like, my first 3 years doing hair, nobody knew what I looked like. I wasn't posting myself on social media. It wasn't that important to me.
Right.
It's about what I'm producing. Once I got, the following and the things of that nature, I then wanted to go into making medical wigs for my Miss Layla, people like that, so they can pay for it with the insurance. You can go to being a licensed master cosmetologist, a senior cosmetologist, education, things of that nature. Like, I want to tap into things that other people didn't. Like, it's a congresswoman. I forgot what state she represents, but she's trying to push a bill to legalize, it's called cranial prosthesis. So you get a wig through your insurance, through a prescription. For people with hair loss issues, it's because I don't have cancer. It doesn't mean that my hair is not leaving. So it's so much that we can do. Trichology, things like that, where they paying $1,500 insurance, taking out $15,000 to $2,000 for a wig for one person. You can become a millionaire so instantly off that, but instantaneously off that. But I don't know. I just feel like I took my one thing and I opened salons, and I want to do more. Like, show people that you don't have to be on Instagram with all these followers and all that. It's not that to still be successful and be in your own lane. Like, it's a lot of avenues that I feel like the girls don't touch because they want to be that Instagram stylist. So
yeah. And then another thing I'm noticing is one thing that I am noticing is the people with the 10K, 20K followers, they don't be bringing no money in. You see them outside.
I just got to 6,000 followers this year. I've had my page for 4 years. Like, and my client base, I love regular people. I love the working class. Like, I would never do celebrities. It's not something I'm into because they don't pay money. I've had plenty of them DM me, oh, can you do this for promo? Oh, do my rent get paid with promo? Right. Like, the 10, 20, 30K girls, I'm not knocking y'all, but like, y'all don't even have licenses, so it's not nothing. You can't do nothing with me. Wow. We can't work in the same rooms. We're not going to be at the same table.
I'm glad I asked that because I would have thought, I kind of assume that with like every industry. Like, of course you want to work with the biggest people, but you don't. I'm glad I asked you about that.
I'm not into that. And that's why I feel like my business is where it is now because like I said, you got to come and pick your own lane, you stick to it. That's how I make myself known. My clients work for the government, they're CFOs, they're CEOs. I also service people in like Gaithersburg, Super Maryland, things of that nature. Like, this urban area, I'm not really like super into it because it doesn't come with an ideal clientele. So that's how I made myself different. I made myself a necessity. People that have to go to work every day on salary, gotta look good, you need your head up. Right. So that's what I advertise too. So yeah, that's my little lane. That's why I say you pick your own thing and you can go from there. It's that simple. Absolutely.
Wow. What are you working on right now? What can we expect to see from you in the near future?
Honestly, I just told myself that I quit. I wasn't opening no more salons, but I'm working on a 3rd location, and that's gonna be the last one.
For real? Yeah, oh my gosh! You wear a lot of hats, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna be the last one. I honestly didn't want another salon. I'm working on that. I'm working on something that's really big for me right now that has all my attention is a pilot program that I'm trying to get a contract with either DC or Maryland government for, and that would be, since there's so many young people in this area and we're linked together, we're mashed up. If I know that 95% of us don't have a license, I'm trying to create a pilot program that helps with licensure, helping people get their license. And it's not, oh, I'm going to cosmetology school. No, we're gonna get you licensed in 90 days. You're gonna come, we're gonna do these drills, you're gonna learn the state board, I'm gonna get you licensed, we're gonna pay for your exam. That's how that's gonna go. And I want it to be like a free program. Ooh, so, because cosmetology school is like $18,000 for nothing.
I did not know it was that much. How long is that?
And it's like 9 months. It depends on how long.
$18,000 for 9 months.
If you don't go every day, you won't be in. I know people that have been in school for 3 years, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, I'm launching a pilot program soon, hopefully to help with the youth and help with young people. Just get your license, do that. Show me that you're passionate. And the program is gonna be so lethal to the point that if you fail, you gotta start over.
Wow.
Like, we don't have time for excuses and breaks. You want to get this paperwork? Because I feel like now our generation is so focused on, I'm going to get in this industry and be a millionaire. But you could be a millionaire and get sued tomorrow. So you need to get your paperwork. So we're going to work on the licensure and we're going to go from there. So my third location, the pilot program, and something else that I've been like keeping to myself. I'm going to open the first Black-owned professional beauty supply. So, and I'm not selling to the public. It's going to be to professionals only, like your Cosmo Pro, your Pauls. It's going to be that for nail techs, estheticians, lash techs, things of that nature. You go in, you get your tools in this area because they're so far away from me. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a lot, and I'm going to law school next year. So.
Oh my God! How long is law school?
3 years. 3 whole years.
You're gonna be so busy. You gonna get it done though. Look, you was just talking about it. You gonna get it done.
It's definitely getting done. Yeah. And my mom wants to open up. That's my business partner, my mom. I have two. One is my mom, and one is Miss Cheryl. She's over. If you're in this industry and you've been in high school, you know Miss Cheryl. Miss Cheryl is the state board. She is the license. You got to go through her to get licensed. Like, she's the reason that I'm licensed. She's the reason that my mom's licensed. Like, generations of people. Miss Cheryl is a major factor in the DMV for that. So we've partnered. We're trying to get this pilot program going so we can have a school. So that's what we're going for right now. Just everything, honestly, everything. I'm going for everything.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That is so exciting. I love asking this question because it always motivates me to like do more. Yeah. It's always more to be done. And what I like about what you're doing and what I'm trying to work on myself is giving back. Like, I feel like this is a good way of giving back. Definitely. Like, speaking life into people, but I want to start giving resources to people so they can actually like take that leap of faith and like work on their passions. Like you said, show me that you're passionate, and I'll fuel that. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to do. Because we don't have a lot of that in the DMV. It's
Do we have that?
Do we have that to begin with, right? So yeah, I have no doubt that you're gonna get everything done. I'm excited to be like one of the first people to know about it. So yeah. Thank you. Of course. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on. This is a great conversation. Definitely took a lot away from this. Yeah, I feel so good. I feel good.
I wanted to give some advice on salon suites. So, that's the new trend now. Everybody's opening up salon suites. I'm going to go lease a commercial building and do things of that nature.
Yes.
So my number one thing, and it's something that I resonate with a lot, my business is not your business, so don't duplicate it. That's just what it is. Don't come out here and everybody knows that you come to Gia, you ask Gia anything about business or anything in the industry, anything that I know, I'm going to try to help. And if I don't know, I'll ask someone that does know.
Right.
Don't come to me and then take my business plan, go get you a commercial lease and duplicate my entire business. That's not cool. You want to have your own thing. Be original. Be original. That's just what it is. When you get in here, don't, and excuse my language, do not let certain people tell you what the fuck to do with your business. Go by the book, do it legal, do it legitimately. Have your money, have your paperwork, have a great team to support you. Having a commercial lease, you're looking at 5-10 years of $5,000 a month. You need to be for real and take it serious. That's $60,000 in a year that you need to spend. So if you're going to open your own business and you're going to start it, please be legitimate. Go get your permits, go get your license, go get your paperwork. Do not have these people in here working in these suites that is mold and it's mildew and it's things of that nature. Don't do it. You'll get shut down. All these smaller businesses, salon suites that I feel like they think because they're small they don't need paperwork. You do.
Right.
It took me 4 months to legitimize my salon suites, and that was one building. So, and you can't open up, you can't make money until you pass that inspection. So do that. Take yourself serious and stop being cheap and having these crackheads fix up your building. Get you a contractor, you can contractors, people with licenses, master estheticians, plumbers, not electricians, plumbers, things of that nature. Go do that and do it the right way. Don't cheat yourself, because I don't have to worry about nothing now.
Right.
I don't have to worry about
security
anything.
is everything.
Yeah, the state could pull up to my building today and we're going to pass and we're going to be good and we got our paperwork and we have a manager that's going to give it to you.
Right.
Straight with no chaser. And that's that. Yeah, so that's my...
Nah, crackheads is crazy,
yeah.
though.
No, they seriously do be having these crackheads fix up these salon suites. Like, you're in a medical building that's been open for 100 years and it's a mess in there. It's mold, it's mildew, it's crackheads living in the stairwells, and we don't do that at Bailey Lux. Very professional, very clean, very tranquil, and our doors locked 24 hours. You can't even get in if you ain't supposed to be in.
Right.
So, learn something.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. Purr. Well, thank you guys for tuning into In a Perfect World. Again, my name is Carmen Renee. I'm here with Gia Michele, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.